Hey, sneak peekers! I'm Hunter Gasaway here with
Cece
and
Anna,
and we're going to be talking about the Conjuring verse in honor of the newest film in the franchise, The Nun 2, coming out. Sophia couldn't be here tonight. Let's hope the Nun didn't get her. But it'd be terrible. But I think we're talking about the Conjuring verse. Where better to start than the first Conjuring movie? Thoughts on the original Conjuring?
I think honestly it's like one of the best.
Yeah, definitely
of the
started
whole
off strong.
franchise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I completely agree. You have James Wan in the director chair. You meet our main couple for the films, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, as Ed and Lorraine Warren, who really just carry this whole franchise. It's their chemistry and their love for each other that make these films so great, in my opinion. I would put The Conjuring at number 1. What do y'all think on our ranking?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Number
it's
1.
really high.
We're
up for
starting
me.
at the beginning, starting off strong.
I remember like this still from like one of the jump scares from the first movie where like the mom's like on top of like the wardrobe and the girl turns and she just like jumps. That's
so,
like the scariest thing I've ever seen. So, like,
I just remember the light turning on and off, the flickering, so good.
Or like the clap game.
Oh my god! It just
it
cannot get better than that.
Ideas stay in your mind. So then the next one that was released, the first Annabelle movie, we're definitely, I think, taking a step down the list for this next one. In the Annabelle series, I think that the first Annabelle is undeniably the weakest of the trilogy.
It's the one where there's like a young couple, right?
Yeah, a young couple comes in possession of Annabelle.
They have like a baby daughter. That's not that fun, you know.
It's just not that interesting.
No. I feel like they're trying to work with the momentum of the first one because everyone had like heard of the Annabelle story, but then it was just like failed to deliver.
I'm thinking somewhere in the
like 7.
Oh, that's low.
I didn't know. Like,
I was thinking about like the 6. We like 6?
6 is good.
Okay.
6 is good because I have thoughts about some other ones.
Okay, we'll get there. It
6
does get worse, and there are better later ones. So I think 6 is a good spot. Next in order, Conjuring 2. I think another great one.
I think it's a really strong one.
Yeah. The whole like Bill Wilkins thing. Yeah. Where, like the demons like tricking them.
Yeah. We met the Nun for the first time.
Oh yeah. We are in Europe and England. Yes.
It's the first film where we get to see Patrick Wilson as Ed play the guitar, which becomes one of my favorite staples of this series.
How could you forget?
I mean, he's just. I mean, how can you not like Patrick Wilson?
Yeah.
I think Conjuring 2 is great. I think the actress who plays the girl who's been possessed in the second one,
she's so good.
So good.
Yes.
I'm thinking high 2, 3.
I'm thinking 2.
Okay.
Like another like scene that like stuck with me is like the scene where like, all the crosses are upside down.
Where she's like tied to the bed.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. No,
good
for
one.
sure.
Good one.
Okay, next in release order, I think Annabelle 2, which was a prequel, Annabelle Creation.
Oh yeah.
Is this the one you haven't seen?
No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I got burnt out on the first one.
That's so fair. The Annabelle, if you watch the first one, it's the weakest of the 3 by far.
Is it the one that's like set in the 70s?
It's set a little bit further back. It's like in like the 40s.
Oh, I think that's the one I haven't seen.
Okay. Well, if I'm the only one who's seen it, I'm going to advocate on behalf of Annabelle Creation is one of the better ones in this series. I think it's a lot of fun. It's David F. Sandberg, who went on to do Shazam films, and I think he's got a real eye for horror. I think he really knows how to set up a really good scare, and I think he's great. And the young cast in that one is great. It's the only film whose cast I think almost match Patrick and Vera. And so I would go 4, 3. Does that sound good to y'all?
Yeah.
Where? 3 or 4?
I would say.
I know you haven't seen it. Do you have one that you feel strongly that you like?
Now that you explained it, I was like, maybe I did watch it, but I would say like.
I'd say 4.
4? Okay.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Annabelle.
It's
2.
the one with Joey King, right? She's like young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I have seen it. Yeah, I don't think it was like enough to like stick with me, but I do think it's like good. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. And then next is, I believe, is it La Llorona or is it the first Nun? It's one of those two.
I know the first Nun came out before La Llorona.
The first Nun came out before? Okay,
so
so the next one is the first Nun, which I think is definitely one of the worst.
Yeah, it doesn't get much worse than that one.
I
for
thought it was
me.
scary.
Oh.
I mean, okay, it was
Some
scary.
mixed opinions at the table.
I thought it was like scary, but I feel like I have to like watch it again with like film major eyes to like, you know, really like see like the content. But I remember that one being like really hard to watch because I was so scared.
Interesting. I thought that one
I
a little
thought-
bit less.
Yeah, it was hard to watch, but for other
Okay,
reasons.
so where would you put it?
I think where would y'all put it? Because I know you're leaning towards the bottom.
I'm like an 8 or a 9
8 or 9?
personally.
Yeah.
8?
Yeah, I would say not 9 yet, but
Okay,
8 is
because
cool.
of the next one.
Yeah.
The next one is the next one going at 9. Do we need to
For
spend much
me,
time on
yes.
it?
No,
La
I don't think
Llorona
so.
was.
Yeah,
It was bad.
It barely feels like a movie set in this universe. We're not even with the family or any of the
Yeah.
relatives, and yeah,
Dare I say the acting was not that good. I
it's
remember
not
that
great.
vividly.
No.
Yeah.
And then the next one, Annabelle 3. Have we seen it? It's about the babysitters babysitting the Warrens' daughter.
Yes.
Super fun haunted house movie. I think it's a total blast. For
like
me, I think Annabelle 2 and 3 are like right after the first two Conjurings. I put Annabelle 3 at 3.
I would also agree.
Perfect.
I think that one was good. There's like sorry, I'm like the ones that like I have the scenes in my head. So like that scene where she looks down like under her like sheets and Annabelle's right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that they like brought in like a werewolf. I love that they're like. I love that it's like I like that it's like teenagers and like kind of silly. It's like a sleepover movie. It's a camp. It's a lot of fun. The next one, Conjuring 3. Now I have not seen it. Thoughts?
I have.
I personally didn't love it. They tried to bring in like a telepathic thing in between Lorraine and like this guy who is being possessed to try and like
that one.
Yeah, move it forward. But it didn't really make any sense that she
it's so off. It's like not within the franchise.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing really makes sense.
It's an afterthought.
Yeah. Conjuring 1 and 2, so good. I was so
Classics.
excited.
Yeah.
And then I was just like
The third one
A little let
did
down.
not deliver.
Yeah, definitely let down.
5 or 7?
I would say 7.
7.
7?
Yeah, it
Okay.
was-
Yeah.
And that brings us to the new one. Just hit theaters, The Nun 2. And we're kind of pigeonholed to put The Nun 2 at 5. But thoughts on The Nun 2? I have not gotten a chance to see it. I'm eagerly anticipating
have not
it.
seen it, unfortunately.
So I did see it. I saw it like the day it came out. I don't know why. I'm not a giant Nun fan, but the theater was packed. I think people seem to like it. Honestly, they just kind of continued the story of the Nun one. So it was the same girl. I think it's Taissa Farmiga. So it's Lorraine's sister.
Sister and
So-
real life sisters as well.
Real
Yeah.
life sister, yeah. So like they tried to play off that and just continue the story that at like the end of the Nun one. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but it just continued. Yeah,
I think we're good.
It just, yeah, like the ending wasn't actually true, and they continue with Nun 2.
Nice.
So it was pretty good.
Nice. Well, if you haven't journeyed into the Conjuring verse, I think we can all three say that at least half these movies are fun, and we would highly recommend them. I think if you haven't spent any time yet with Ed and Lorraine Warren, I think you all deserve to. It's a total treat. I'd start at that first Conjuring movie, and it's just such a classic. I think time has really stood well with it to be one of the horror classics of not just the 2010s, but one of the best horror movies of all time. And so here is our Conjuring ranking. There it is.
So
Folks,
well
take
done.
it. It's fact. This is not an opinion. It's hard fact.
Yeah.
And this is the definitive ranking. And so definitely go out to the theaters and see The Nun 2. And then tune in next week, back to Sneak Peek. We're going to be here every Tuesday night, right here. I'll see you next week, Sneak
The
Peekers.
studio.